up? I got Naskin here with me. This ain't a diss song, but yeah, you know what it is. I'm a cheesehead, y'all niggas cheese whiz. Pittsburgh Steelers, that's nothing. That Super Bowl ring, that's nothing. Pull up in your town when you
Hello everyone and welcome to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur. Larry McCarren along with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And Matt got off to a terrific start by beating the Chicago Bears in Soldier Field. What's the biggest thing you take out of it?
Well, anytime you can beat a division opponent at their place, it feels good, no matter there's no such thing as an ugly win. So we feel good about it. Our defense really, they rose to the occasion and played really well as well as our special teams, and we know we have some work to do on offense.
Defensively speaking, allowed just 3 points, and you just talked about the performance. What impressed you the most about that unit's effort?
They did a great job preparing, and I thought it was a credit to our coaching staff, Mike Pettin and the rest of our assistant coaches, to get those guys prepared, and then to our players' credit, they went out and executed the game plan. I thought our guys were flying around, got a lot of pressure on the quarterback. I think we charted about 38 different either quarterback hits or hurries and or sacks. And anytime you can affect the quarterback like that, it usually leads to a good performance.
Another number that I think coincides with what you just alluded to, 9 passes defensed. I don't think I've ever seen that many from a defense in a game.
Yeah, that speaks to the credit of the guys in the back end. They did a great job of covering up the receivers.
Matt, I think you guys proved that you can go into a game with one experienced in your system inside linebacker, and with a little creativity and some fine efforts like you mentioned, you can play pretty darn good defense with that guy.
Yeah, no, Blake Martinez did a great job, and then also just plugging in guys that fill in that second linebacker role, like Raven Green played down there quite a bit, and they did an outstanding job.
Matt, I don't think, just looking at it from the press box, you guys kept Mitchell Trubisky uncomfortable all night long. Now, you're well-versed in quarterbacks. Did he ever look comfortable to you?
No, yeah, you know, when you're playing a guy like Mitchell Trubisky, who does a great job of creating, extending plays, and that's how they get a lot of big plays. And we knew that the Bears had some really good weapons with Allen Robertson, Tariq Cohen, Taylor Gabriel, that we wanted to contain him and keep him in the pocket.
Darnell Savage, rookie, starts. He did not look out of place. He looked like he belonged, didn't he?
Yeah, he was flying around. He played mostly from the post, and you know, made some key breaks on balls down the field, and did a tremendous job.
Good to get Kevin King back, and I think sometimes it kind of gets lost in the wash. But he's a physical type player. I recall that form tackle he had during the Bears game. He's a physical presence out there.
Yeah, and he's physical, and he's really long, so he matches up really well with some of the bigger receivers. And you know, we went into the game thinking he was only going to play about 20 snaps, and he ended up playing 40 snaps, and it was just one of those types of games.
Defensively speaking, keep the focus there. A performance like this, there's got to be some momentum going forward, in particular to the Viking game, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I think it's important that we always hit the reset button every week. And we know we have a great opponent coming into our place in the Minnesota Vikings, who have a really talented roster. They're good up front. They got an elite running back. They've got 2 really good receivers. And then you talk about Kyle Rudolph at the tight end position, as well as an experienced quarterback. So our guys got to hit that reset button and get refocused for the Vikings.
Matt, when you look at your offensive performance against the Bears, is it the kind of thing when you look at the tape where you say, you know, we're not too far away, or do you look at it and say, we got a lot of work to do?
No, there's definitely some good things to take from our offensive performance. We started a couple drives backed up, and we were able to get a couple first downs. One of the drives we started on our -6 and got to the 21-yard line, kicked a field goal there to go up 7 points late in the game. And I thought in the second half specifically, I thought we did a better job with our run game and really came off the ball like we want to come off.
You know what I thought was neat is after Aaron hit Valdez-Scantling with the big play, a couple plays later in the red zone, you guys go up-tempo like I've seen you do in practice since OTAs, and you go up-tempo, and it was a factor in scoring a touchdown. You hit Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, so, previous to that, we had 3 straight 3-and-outs, which you never want. But to our guys' credit, they didn't flinch, they didn't blink, they stayed the course, they stayed together, and we were able to get the big play to Marquez on the post throw, and then we jumped the ball after that, hit Mercedes out in the flat. Then we called another no huddle play, and Aaron checked to a quick pass to Devontae, and then we caught him just like he's done so many times in the past with 12 guys on the field, and just threw one up to Jimmy, and it was an incredible play by Jimmy.
One other major positive for you guys offensively that sometimes gets taken for granted until it's a problem, no turnovers. That's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, we always talk to the guys about taking care of the football, and there's no bigger indicator in terms of winning and losing than turnovers, and so that was a goal going into the game, and we ended up +1 in the turnover battle, and I think that could have been the difference in the game.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, more of Total Packers with Matt LaFleur in just a moment.
Under pressure, lofts it over the left side into the end zone. Intercepted! Adrian Amos! Adrian Amos!
How cool was that?
Man, it felt great, and then at the moment that it happened, at the end of the game, and it helped us win the game.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Bell & Health and by Fleet Farm.
Blitz on, snap Trubisky, under pressure, lofts it over the left side into the end zone. Intercepted! Adrian Amos! Adrian Amos! Interception! Amos, a dagger of a play!
Welcome back. Joining us now, Packers safety Adrian Amos. Adrian, welcome to the program. Now, in the short time you've been with the Packers, we know you are a we guy. But if there was ever a me moment, it's making the game-clinching interception against your former team. How cool was that?
Man, it felt great, and then at the moment that it happened, at the end of the game, and it helped us win the game, it was just a great moment, a great feeling.
You had to be just going crazy inside, but after the game, you handled the questions and so forth very humbly with a lot of class. Was that difficult to do? You had to be thinking, yeah, I got you.
At times like that, I practice just being level-headed, never being too high, never getting too down, because this an up and down game, especially the position I play. Great things happen, bad things happen. So, I try to be the same person each and every day in all moments. So, it was like I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what happened. I'm enjoying the victory. But now it's how consistent can I be?
Before the game, coming out of the visitors' locker room, was it kind of weird? How'd you feel then?
Yeah, it's a little weird at first, but then once you get into the game, it's football. Seeing the guys that I've played with for the past 4 years and. Just saying what's up to them boys, but then once the whistle blow and it's time to play, then I was ready.
Adrian, oddly enough, your interception wasn't my favorite Adrian Amos play of the night. That came in the second quarter, 3rd and 1. You and Kenny Clark team up on 3rd and 1 to drop Cordero Patterson for a 2-yard loss. And on that play, you shed the block of 6'6", 277, full-grown tight end Bradley Soul. That was some kind of football play.
The call we was in, it allowed me to be aggressive on that play and shoot the gap, try to time it up with the jet that was coming across, and just try to make a play on 31. Kenny made a great play, a great move to get back there, and it felt like all I really had to do was clean up.
I watched the video. I do not believe you allowed a single catch during the game. And as a matter of fact, Pro Football Focus graded you as the highest grading Packers defensive player in the game. To start the season that way, that's a lot of positive momentum, isn't it?
How we started as a whole, as a defense, it gives us a lot of, confidence going into next week, things to build upon, and for as good as we played, it wasn't perfect. We went into the film room, we saw mistakes that we made that we can correct for next week. We have another tough task this week coming up, and it's time to eliminate those little mistakes.
Adrian, you've been part of an elite defense in the past. Yeah. Can this defense that you guys are putting together be elite this season?
Yeah, we have all the tools to be elite, in all levels of the defense. We just have to be together, communicate, be on that same page, and like I say, eliminate mental errors, because mental errors, they cause big plays, and you eliminate big plays, you stop big offenses.
Got the Vikings coming up. You're no stranger to Minnesota. What do you think?
They played very well the first week. I watched the game, and they ran the ball. They were dominant in the run game, and then they have a lot of great weapons on the outside that they didn't even really have to use last week, as they pounded the ball away. But we know this week we have to be sound. We got to be sound in our gaps, and we have to stop that run first.
Adrian, thank you for being with us. Continued success.
All right, thank you.
And we'll be back with more of Total Packers in just a moment. Welcome back to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur, and it is time for our Plays of the Week segment. And Matt, our offensive play of the week, it's kind of a no-brainer. The big shot downfield to Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, so we started out with our tight end, Robert Tonyan, on the outside up here, all right, to give the quarterback a man zone read. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring him down, and we've got Devontae Adams, who's faking it around. We've got Mercedes on this deep corner here, and Marquez running a deep post. Now the quarterback sees a two-safety defense, so he's going to key this safety here. And if the safety buries himself on the corner route, then we know we got Marquez one-on-one with Prince Makamura. So you can see we bring Bobby Tonyan down. We're faking this run action with the around to Devontae. The safety went down on Mercedes, and Aaron made a great throw down the field to Marquez.
It all predicated on showing something that looks like one of your typical running plays, right?
Yeah, so we had ran it around a couple times in the preseason, and this is just a play that plays off of it.
All right, let's move to our defensive play of the game, and no doubt about it, it's Adrian Amos in that late interception.
Yeah, so you can see here Chicago's already in scoring position, so this was a critical play to not allow them to score any points. And you can see Adrian's right here in the middle of the screen. We're in a single high defense. We've got Tramon Williams as our curl flat defender, or our carry defender. Chicago is running a concept where they're going to run two under routes, and they're trying to put Allen Robinson to the corner. And this is a concept that you see a lot of teams run in the red area. So what you see here is Tramon does a great job of recognizing it, falling off the underneath route, and Adrian reading the quarterback's eyes, playing over the top, and making a great interception. The quarterback stares left, he makes a great break on the ball, and then that's great awareness in the back of the end zone.
Special teams, Matt, Well, it was a fine effort overall, but we want to focus on an individual, J.K. Scott. I mean, his gross average 47 plus, net 43 plus, and 5 punts inside the 20, including this critical punt very late in the game.
Yeah, J.K., he really flipped the field for us the whole game, and this was just another great punt by him. And really, we knew going into this game that we had to limit these returners, Cordero Patterson and Tariq Cohen. They're two of the premier returners in the league. And again, it was a great punt by J.K., great coverage by our coverage unit, and Adrian Amos, again, making the play.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, some of the players of the week. Stay with us. Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by your local Chevrolet dealer, by Johnsonville, and by Spectrum.
Hey, hold on. Defense should probably be giving them this, but not every day you get your first win.
I tell you though, I really do, man. I appreciate every guy in this locker room. Hey, bring it in, great job. Hey, family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Matt, that's got to be a great thing. Head coach going in, first victory, beating the Bears.
Yeah, I was so happy for our guys. You know, the effort that they put in, the preparation, and anytime again you go on the road, especially the meaning of that game, a division game, the 100th anniversary of the National Football League, when the whole world's watching you and your team perform. That's always a great feeling.
Let's talk about a few players of the week, and let's begin with Adrian Amos, because I thought he played a fine game outside the interception. He was a big contributor all the way around, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did, and really, in not only on defense, but on special teams as well. As you saw, the tackle he made on Tariq Cohen on the last punt by J.K. Scott. So Adrian's been a huge addition to us. I love everything he brings to this team. He's an experienced veteran that just goes about his business the right way, gives great effort each and every day, and is well prepared.
You know, these are different players with different skill sets, but they get the same result. And I'm talking about Za'Darius and Preston Smith. They both played well.
Yeah, they did. They showed up on the stat sheet, but they really, you know, in a lot of ways, they bring so much value to our football team in terms of their leadership and, again, how they practice. But they both turned in great performances.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, the last word from the coach. Don't go away. Through their Touchdowns for Hunger program, Sargento Cheese helps alleviate hunger in Wisconsin through donations to Hunger Task Force in Milwaukee and Paul's Pantry in Green Bay for touchdowns scored by the Packers during the 2019 regular season. Welcome back. Matt, the home opener this week against the Minnesota Vikings. Are you jacked up?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It doesn't get any better than football in Lambeau, and we know we have a great challenge in front of us, another division rival that really in all 3 areas are extremely talented. Look at their offense. They got multiple weapons in the receiving core. They got a premier tight end, a premier back. Kirk Cousins, a great quarterback, and then defensively, you know, anytime you go going against the likes of Everson Griffin and Donnell Hunter and then just the talented players they have in the linebacking core and the secondary, it is a challenge. But it's important that all our fans show up and are loud and support us and to give us that energy that we need to go out and perform at the best of our ability.
Thank you, Matt. Good luck against those Vikings, and thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.
I just love my team. Yeah, that's the team with them big G's on the helmet.